我在英国读了硕博，也当过大学老师。但是在过去的8年里面，我研究的最透彻的不是在课堂上，而是在现实里，中文母语者到底怎么样更高效地认识到西方的女人、西方的白妞。如果说只看学历，我应该是这个行业里面学历最高的实战情感教练。如果说只看实战的话，我也不是那种只会纸上谈兵的那一类。所以这期我不讲虚的，也不讲什么理论，也不去给兄弟们展示什么学员案例和我自己的案例。我会直接告诉你，中文母语者他认识洋妞最快的路径是什么样的，无论你是在国内还是在国外。而后面这段的内容我会直接用到英文去讲，但是要注意，这不是为了给你上英语课，因为这个话题的内容放到英文的环境下、英文的语境下，很多东西你才能够更好的理解它，很多判断性的东西你才可以听得更清楚。如果说我用中文给你讲解，那一定会丢失掉非常多的理解。Alright guys, most of Chinese guys who want to meet the Western girls are focused on their one part of the problems. They think it's all about how to say, how to text, how to flirt, and whether their English is good enough or whether they look Western enough. Most of the time, it isn't. A lot of it comes down to where you're meeting the girls and what sort of situation you're meeting them in. That's the first thing most of the men get wrong. They spend a lot of time thinking about how to flirt, how to text, how to come across better, but if you're meeting the wrong girls in the wrong places, all that efforts just turns into bad feedbacks. If you're bored, the strongest route is still meeting the girls in person. The direct approach still works, not in a cheesy big up audience way, not in some loud, over-rehearsed, try-hard way, just normal, direct, growing-up conversation. In a lot of English-speaking countries, that already puts you in ahead of plenty of guys. And if you can walk over calmly, keep strong eye contact, speak normally, and not give off that slightly needy, apologetic energy, you're already in a better situation than most Chinese realize. And that matters because a lot of Chinese guys think they are losing because they are Chinese. That isn't even the real issue. Because they're losing because they're too cautious, they're too hesitant, they're too scared of getting it wrong. Let's pick up on that very quickly. The best thing about approaching anything is just time. You find out quickly whether they're anything there. You're not sitting on the phone for 3 days trying to work out what one message means, and you're not building a fantasy before anything has even happened. Before picking up and you say hello and you can feel it, you get a feel for it, and if it isn't there, you move on. Second choice is Tan Tan. A lot of men don't like hearing that because Tinder sounds more international, right? So they assume it must be better. Not necessarily. For most of Chinese guys, Tinder often gives you an easier start. The girls on there are more likely to know something about Chinese culture, being more open to Asian men, or at least not be thrown by whole culture gap from the start. And third, and this is one people overlooking all the time, is the anime, cosplay, gaming, comic con sort of world. A lot of men love that far quickly. But think about why it works. Those spaces already comes with shared references. They already attract people who are comfortable with the mix of subcultures and mix of backgrounds and are less rigid to social vibe. For a lot of Chinese guys, that much easier ground than some mainstream nightlife scene where you've got nothing to work with. You're not trying to force the chemistry out of the thin air. There's already something to talk about, and there's already some familiarity in the room. That changes a lot for a lot of you guys. Now we'll get to the Tinder. But there are a lot of Chinese guys waited for to hide it because the board Tinder isn't really a tactic game. It's a profile game first. Your photo matters, your overall look matters, the kind of life you profile seems to show matters, and this is where a lot of Chinese guys get absolutely buried. Look at what you're actually up against. A lot of local blogs already know the drill. Beach photos, gym photos, festival shots, holidays, mites, good lighting, good angles. Pictures were clearly taken properly, not just snapped in 2 seconds. Then a lot of Chinese guys turn up with a stiff selfies, tourist photos, awkward smiles, over-edited pictures, or that sort of soft, harmless student sort of look. On some Chinese platforms, that might not kill you. On Tinder board, it gets punished hard. And just be clear, I'm not saying every Western woman, every white girl, they want some massive gym box with 6 packs. That's not the point. The point is that Tinder will work strong and social impact, more lifestyle signal, and a clear masculine presence. If your profile feels too flat, too timid, too neat, too soft, or too forgettable, the app barriers you to the personality and as a Chinese. So yes, Tinder can work on you, but only if your profile is properly sorted. If it isn't. Don't make it in your main battlefield. Now if you're in China, the order flips. In China, Tinder became the strongest app. But because it's magically better, because it puts the right girls in the wrong place. If you're in China and if you want to meet Russian girls, the biggest problem usually isn't skills, the access. You need to be around the right girls in the first place. Tinder can help with that. It puts together exchange students, expats, teachers, travelers, people in international companies, girls who are already open to dating cross cultures. That alone makes it far more efficient than just wandering around offline hoping something happens. A lot of men aren't even losing because their game is terrible. They're losing because they're in the wrong places. Second is university. This one isn't flashy, but it's solid. Anywhere with lots of students, exchange programs, language meetups, international cafes, and mixed social groups gives you a much more better chance. Because not every interaction has to be one in a perfect moment. A lot of attraction grows through rapid contact, because you can see each other again, you can talk again. There's less pressure, more familiarity, more ease. That's why uni areas are so useful. Third is if you live in some crazy huge cities like Beijing, Shanghai, Shenzhen, Guangzhou. The reason is simple. People there, they're more used to strangers talking. Cross-cultural interaction feels more normal. All the social tolerance is higher. So if we're talking about speed, the first-tier cities simply give you better odds. But here's the part a lot of men don't get. The best routes in the world won't save you if your head's in the wrong place. If you go into the worshipping Western girls, they will feel it straight away. If you treat all the Western women like one bigger category, you will keep making bad rates. A British woman, American woman, a Spanish woman, a Polish woman, they're not the same. You're not meeting a passport. You're meeting a person, a real person. And a lot of Chinese guys don't fail because they can flirt. They fail because they start from the wrong posture, too impressed, too focused on the idea of getting Western girls instead of reading all the actual women in front of you. That's where things go wrong, because once you can see the real problem, this whole thing becomes much easier to fix. So if you want to take one line from this video, make it this: don't fix what to say before you fix why you're meeting girls. If you think that's useful, stay with my channel, right? And if you want direct feedback on your own situation, the private community might work for you. Most men don't need more tricks, just need to fight in the right room.